And we are headed into the draft here for some Week 4 Terra League action here on Tuesday night. My name is Terra Spaz, and I am bringing to you a match between Watch the Throne on the blue team and Hodor on the red. Watch the Throne, relatively new to the Terra League scene. I think this is their first season playing with us. I believe this is their second match, all said and done. So had a bit of a rocky start to start off with, so we'll see if we can get the ship corrected for game number 2. Hodor been around the block a few times, was in Division 2 last season, back again, so we should see a well-oiled machine coming out of them. Map's going to be Infernal Shrines, and no huge surprises. We see Ragnaros and Artanis, the bands out of Watch and Hodor, respectively. Artanis, kind of a bit of a comfort band in a lot of places. I mean, it's being swapped into danger is one of the most frustrating things in the game right now. So there's nothing wrong with just being very committed to not ever being swapped again. That's a way to guarantee you never get swapped. Malfurion, the first pick on Watch the Throne, and for short clustered areas where the shrines are going to be, should be fairly easy to get a good target on a route. And Malfurion just very solidly one of the top tier supports, almost no matter the map. So it's a good start for Watch the Throne, and I might expect to see Hodor accompany Sonya with maybe a Brightwing here. Just to get some of that across the map presence, and since Watch the Throne's already picked their support, maybe they are concerned about having one banned away, but they think that their bench is deep enough on supports. They say, nope, we're just going to get damage, just buckets of damage, and pour it all over the map with Sonya and Kelthus. And in synchronization, ETC and Tychus coming out for Watch the Throne, so Watch the Throne have a good, a solid core to start off with. They've got some crowd control from ETC, they've got some follow-up from Malfurion, and all the while they got damage from Tychus. So they should be in a good position to set themselves up for some picks. So hopefully that works out for them. Gul'dan the band coming out of Hodor, and Watch the Throne clearly needs damage to go with that. Gul'dan's one of the premier picks for this map. No huge surprise from Watch the Throne, taking out Rhaegar as a support, limiting the options available to Hodor right now. And I'm not sure I see... I guess Sonya goes pretty well with Rhaegar as well. It could be something they're fairly scared of, especially with... if they're looking at ETC to sort of initiate the fight, they may not have a whole lot of resources at the end of this to help protect their backline if ETC has to go in. Maybe they're afraid of the dive coming out of Sonya plus Rhaegar plus more like him. But Hodor back on the button. Not sure what they would look to pick up here. I mean, they clearly still need support, but maybe somebody to peel for them, and that's exactly who they pick up in the Diablo. And there's that Brightwing pick, so solid unit so far for Hodor. They've got a bit of flexibility for their final pick. They can maybe try to even go into Triple Warrior and just protect the Kelthus and try and blow up minions that way. Watch the Throne, very involved in diving, and Murky! Last pick, Murky on Hodor with fresh from the patch factory, a brand new set of abilities. I've only seen Murky once today, so I have no idea what he's going to bring to the table. If he's great, if he's toilets, it's a total mystery. But I think the fight's, whatever way you slice it, it's going to be real aggressive, and takedowns are going to happen very quickly. So I don't know if Hodor's looking to try and match Watch the Throne's full engage, or if they're just going to try and poke and delay and stall and cede the objective, but try and get value out of that Murky elsewhere on the map. It's looking at this, it's going to be largely Brightwing and Kelthus that should be in the crosshairs for Watch the Throne. They've got plenty of tools to get to him. Not a whole lot that Kel'Thuz can do to an Uberak to stop or slow him down. Damage isn't going to work. Can't stop his burrow. He's just going to come and kill you. So we'll see how things shake up. Let me make sure everything is casting correctly. Looks like things are good, and we are live on Infernal Shrines. Representing Hodor on the red team, we've got Mongoose on Murky, Wild Thunder on Sonya, Asteel on Brightwing, Dragon Knight on Kel'Thuz, and Radion on Diablo. And on the blue team for Watch the Throne, we've got Sendian on Tychus, Eidolon on Anubarak, Red Panda on Malfurion, White Magic on Jaina, and Shadow Ninja on ETC. Gates are down, teams are greeting you, the audience, as both teams barrel in towards imminent violence here in the mid as almost everybody comes in, but Sonya immediately splits off to the top. Murky sets up in the bottom, so Hodor not looking to do anything other than just spin around in circles for a good bit. Looking to be very safe, knowing that Watch the Throne surely has to be close by, so trying to take just as few risks as possible. And so we begin. No huge engagement here in the middle. Diablo trying to get that pick on Malfurion, just inches away, but a big burst of damage coming on Brightwing, but that should get topped off in short order, so no huge loss for Hodor yet. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Tychus v Sonya battle for the Centurion. It looks like Tychus is edging Sonya out of this ever so slightly. Depleting his mana pretty quick, so it may not be something he can keep up forever, but we'll see how it goes. I'm afraid that the star of the action might be here in the bottom lane, Anubarak versus Murky, and we'll have to see how that goes. But so far, not a whole lot of action on the map here. Both Anubarak not maybe the best killing tool against Murky, so Murky will be able to get a good bit of value. Brightwing warps up to the top to try and top off this Sonya and let her get a brief reprieve as Tychus continues to apply pressure there in the top lane. And just a fairly wide rotation out of both teams. No big four-man clumps. I think Murky might be throwing a big wrench into what normal looks like on the map, but here comes the collapse on Sonya. ETC gets the power slide, zones out. Can Sonya escape? It looks like the answer is yes, so no takedowns for Watch the Throne, but gonna be one on the side of Hodor as Jaina gets caught out of position and barreled into the gate in certain doom. So that's gonna put Hodor in a very strong position for this objective, a man up. If Murky comes to the fight and on equal footing, if he doesn't, it looks like he's gonna show up. Mongoose's Murky looking to be a thorn in the side of Watch the Throne. Bubbles popped, he's in there, his health pool is active, but there's nothing you can do about it because he's Murky. Objective going fairly strong for Hodor. Jaina now back in the action, so this would be Watch the Throne's chance to engage. Tries to get the engagement, does get a lot of damage out on Sonya and Brightwing. Brightwing does go down, so there's the equalizer for Watch the Throne, and now they are in control of the objective. Hodor still needs 12 more to go, and I don't think Murky's going to pick that up quite on his own. Damage continuing to pour out. Sonya at such low health, but healing very nicely from that Brightwing warp in and just spinning around in circles. And so with all that, we're back to even. Only about 10 minions separate this, and it looks like Watch the Throne is low on mana, low on health, has to temporarily retreat, and that's going to give Hodor the time they need to likely secure this objective, but their health has fallen so low. Kel'Thuz is in a bad spot, Diablo's in a bad spot, Sonya's almost certain to fall here, and she does, so a 1-for-0 so far on Watch the Throne. Can they get Diablo? No, he escapes to safety, but Brightwing has absolutely nowhere to go except maybe pick up 2. Oh, not quite. 2 left for Hodor. Can they find the minions they need? Is it even worth it to deny it? It won't get a whole lot on its own, but denying it from Watch the Throne might be enough to justify that risk. But it looks like they're gonna. Looks like Watch the Throne's gonna zone them out, gonna clean up this objective. And not a whole lot of immediate defense here from Hodor. Diablo and ETC coming in. Sonya and Murky continuing to keep the XP total high to lane, but that's going to be bad news for Murky as she gets immediately blown up from that Punisher stun. I'm sorry, from Brightwing from that Punisher stun. And looks like this is going to be a fairly easy fort here for Watch the Throne. And a really good start with that objective. But maybe more still. Can they get the engagement on this Kael'thas? It looks like they're going to get behind the wall. And man, first Punisher of the game. Looks like it's going to do substantial damage to the front wall on the keep. Murky gets the Merc Camp steal, so continuing to do Murky things. Oh, but a overextension from Tychus is going to send him straight into Diablo's claws, and Radeon just puts him in a bad spot. Engagement's coming out. Sonya looking to do some damage on ETC, but help isn't immediately away, and so Eidolon and Shadow Ninja will be able to escape. Meanwhile, Jaina in a bit of a pickle here. Diablo able to get the reposition. Everybody's zoning out this Jaina, and so a good rotation from Hodor, able to recover from that fort loss and get a couple picks and buy themselves some time to reestablish themselves on the map. Both teams nearly identical in experience. Should hit level 10s right around the time this next objective is spawning, so should see a big engagement here. Hodor already captured the mercenary camp, or killed the mercenaries up in the top lane, waiting to cap it once they know where the Punisher's going to be, because next Punisher can't spawn in the top lane, so they know that if they time this right, they're going to get a lot of value out of it. Sonya and Brightwing staying close, making sure no one comes by and nicks it from them. Heroics active for Watch the Throne, imminently active for Hodor, so should see a big strong engagement from both teams. Heroics not quite available yet, there they go now. And Punisher is going to be active in the bottom lane. We see Sonya going up to that Merc Camp to cap it now, so that it's going to get a lot of value and help control that top lane that's already been damaged. And the Bride from Murky as well, picking up the siege camp for them. Watch the Throne already set up in position here in the bottom shrine. Arcane Punisher is at stake. Wave of Murlocs coming in. A huge apocalypse is going to glue Watch the Throne to the board. Malfurion goes down. ETC looks like he's not long for this world, but a counter Ring of Frost is going to give Watch the Throne a chance to try and equalize this, as they do get the pick on Diablo. So a 1-for-1 so far, but White Magic is going to trade that with her life. So 2-for-1 in favor of Hodor. And so far, both teams still scrapping, still fighting, picking up a whole bunch of minions with a big power slide there. Sonya, critical health. Can she escape? Yes. Everyone's so low except for Murky. So Sonya will have to back, and Hodor does maintain control of the objective long enough, so now they have a very strong position. They've got a mercenary camp up on the top, starting to apply pressure to that top fort. They've got 4 men pushing with the Arcane Punisher here on the bottom, so they'll easily get this forward and probably more on top of that. Oh, excuse me. Hodor just slowly pushing forward here in the bottom lane. Jaina and Sonya missing from the fight, trying to clean up what's going on up in top. They do get the takedown on Malfurion, so a rapid engagement from Hodor is going to leave Watch the Throne without a support. Punisher still on the gate side of this, gets the jump on ETC and Anubarak, and Hodor not quite sure where their engagement's going to be, trying to pursue White Magic, not going to be able to get the grab on her, and so Punisher's gonna just flail wildly on this tower, but the wall falls, no damage on the keep, and looks like Hodor is gonna have to disengage from this. I say that the flank coming out of Jaina is gonna put a lot of damage against Diablo, but Does trade for Kael'thas, so a colossal engagement, a big silence coming out of Malfurion, gets 2 more takedowns. Can Brightwing get away from this? No, she can't, and so it's going to be a 4-for-1 in favor of Watch the Throne. So just picking their moment, waiting to figure out when they can turn this around, and turn it around they did. What a crucial Twilight Dream out of Red Panda, just absolutely ripping apart Hodor's defenses there on the retreat. So excellent time to find their moment. Not a lot of action on the map right now, taking Merc camps scattered around the map, neither team looking for an engagement, as Hodor does have the experience advantage, but it's not anything to write home about, right? Both teams have level 13 talent tiers. Objective should be coming up in the next 30 to 60 seconds or so, so nobody wants to be missing from that, except maybe Murky, because again, Murky, who cares? They'll be back whether you like it or not. And Hodor doing a nice job cleaning up that Merc camp there in the mid lane. Got 1 more to clean up there in the top. So they should be able to clean that up and get in position fairly well for the objective. ETC needs to just trying to keep an eye on Hodor, see where the rotations are going to be, see if there's going to be an opportunity for a pick. But both teams rotating very solidly right now, trying to be as safe as possible. And Watch the Throne setting up shop here in the top. Hodor setting up shop around their mercenary camp. And no one walks through a bad area of town yet, so Watch the Throne is going to start on this Frozen Punisher here in the mid lane, already up to 10 minions. Murky circling around for the flank, trying to find an angle to unleash a wave of Murlocs, certainly. And here they come. Murlocs coming in. Phoenix goes down. A big apocalypse sets up on at least Malfurion. Red Panda is going to go down, but so is Diablo. And Murky falls as well. I take that back. Malfurion manages to stay. So a 2-for-1 in favor of Watch the Throne. And more than that, as the damage just comes pouring out onto Wild Thunder. Shrink Ray really limiting the amount of healing she can get. But what an excellent sustain in Sonya. She's able to fight for what seems like forever. But eventually she does fall, and Watch the Throne will be able to clean up this objective. So very violent fight, 12 minutes into this. We've already seen 20 takedowns across the board. Punisher should get through this fort fairly easily. May not be able to get any big damage on the keep, as Watch the Throne can't apply a ton of pressure to this. Jaina having to go back and clean up those mercenaries up in the top lane. And so I take that back. Hodor looks like they're going to be able to save the fort as well. So solid defense from Hodor. Sonya buying enough time to enable the rest of their teammates to respawn and be available for the defense. So super close match. Both teams just cresting 16. Might be a bit of engagement here on the siege camp. Murky doing some quality scout work, trying to put some eyes on Watch the Throne, but can't quite find the angle they want. Keeping them honest, calling their bluff, making sure no one's trying to grab a camp with like 2 heroes or something here. And that's one of the unsung benefits of Murky, being able to keep vision on enemy team at all times. You can really keep them honest and punish them real hard if they start to make a mistake. The dive comes out from ETC and a Nubarak. Murky is going to get taken out, and damage coming out on almost everyone on the map, but ETC bears the worst of it. Kael'thas so low, but Malfurion's going to fall down. A Nubarak almost escapes, can't quite do it. Diablo falls. Brightwing falls. And a 3-for-0 in favor of Hodor, although I guess one of those was Murky, so maybe like a 3-for-1 and change. Murky in hot pursuit, trying to delay this Jaina's escape. Tychus coming to help, but he's not in a great spot either. If Sonya can get a spear on just one of them, that's going to spell the end. Murky doing some quality body blocking. Murky falls, but so does Jaina. So great positioning from Mongoose on the Murky there, using every tool in his kit to help Sonya secure that kill. But blocking, sliming, puffering. And so this is a rough spot for Watch the Throne here. Jaina's off the board for about 20 more seconds. Hodor is going to have Merc Camp pushing in the bottom lane, which already has its fort destroyed. So Watch the Throne may have to cede control of this, or win it very decisively. They are going to have time though, as Sonya and Kel'Thas still have a bit of a trek across the map. So if they can get a quick pick on Diablo or Brightwing here, but Hodor is able to bring all 5 members to bear in this, and the Murlocs come out just as a zoning tool. Murky does wind up falling, and it looks like Watch the Throne may be able to get this engagement after all. They were able to delay and stall long enough that they've got full fighting force here, and so the stakes are pretty high. Watch the Throne needs to win this fairly decisively, and it looks like they may be starting as a big Ring of Frost. It's going to send Radon straight back to hell. Brightwing's gonna fall, Kel'Thas is gonna fall, Sonya's scrambling to try to find some hit points anywhere she can, but she's gonna fall as well. And Watch the Throne gets the engagement they need, and they are able to decisively win a team fight here in the top. So we don't see anybody retreating just yet to clean up that Merc Camp. ETC just now heading back, so it looks like he will be able to. Should be able to save this keep here. But the best thing that Watch the Throne can do right now is to try to equalize and say, well, you know what, if our keep is on death's door, then we better just go find one of our own. And they're coming in full force here in the top lane. Picking up a Merc Camp to aid in the defense. Keep looks like it's going to remain standing for Watch the Throne. For the moment, that fight continues to go on, but the real action's here in the top lane. Punisher goes down on Dragon Knight, able to get away without much damage. Murky does finally fall, and so ETC should hopefully be able to clean this up fairly soon. Punisher going directly ham on the keep. Radion goes in trying to get the pick on Malfurion, but his health's dropping so low. Can he escape? And Uberak with the stun. Diablo is going to make it, but Sonya is going to trade for Malfurion. And top keep is going to fall for Hodor, and Watch the Throne is going to have to retreat from continued aggression. So good defense from Hodor. They do lose the keep, but they don't lose the team fight, which could have put them in a spot to immediately lose the game. So still very much a live match. Murky, given time, is eventually going to get this bottom keep. So that truly isn't a question of if. It's almost exactly a question of when. Both teams trying to apply some map pressure anywhere they can. Siege Camp picked up for Watch the Throne on Hodor's side of the map, so get cleaned up quick, but it's one less pushing tool. And crucially, Murky's egg discovered and taken out, so this is going to be a notable impact as Murky's now off the board for a full 60 seconds. I didn't even see where he had his egg, but Watch the Throne able to identify where it was and put the brakes on this nuisance once and for all. And so now Watch the Throne have momentum, they have pressure, and they're looking to escort this fairly substantial wave in Merc Camp to do some damage here in mid and maybe get a second keep if they can get a team fight to show up their way. ETC lagging a little bit behind. Watch the Throne waiting until they're at a full 5 before they start truly unloading damage on this. So far, nothing too huge from each team. Tychus at about half health. Watch the Throne content to just mow down the wall and then go about their merry way. So now Hodor's in a bit of a challenge as well, as their top keep is missing, and the objective's going to spawn here in the bottom lane, and they don't yet have They don't yet have catapults pushing on the bottom for themselves. Now, that said, if Hodor is able to secure a decisive win here, that's almost certainly game, as they can just ride this Punisher straight to the core. But if Watch the Throne can make this even, or even win it, then Hodor's going to have a big problem to deal with here in the top lane, as everyone's at the objective. And so Watch the Throne either needs to win slowly or quickly or tie. But it looks like they're going to just win super fast as they get the blow up on Murky. A big Ring of Frost. Doesn't manage to connect to anyone. Apocalypse does, though. And it looks like Sonya might be the next victim of violence. Jaina gets taken out as well. Diablo will get taken out, but he's right back in action, hopefully to clean up there in the mid to protect his core. And so far, it looks like Watch the Throne fully in command. Can Anubarak survive this? Yes, the heal does come out from Malfurion, so he will be able to withstand that damage over time from Murky. And Brightwing and Murky doing a good job trying to hang on to whatever they can. But oh no, it looks like Diablo may have jumped a little bit too soon, as Hodor's core is rapidly falling down to about 50%. And their saving grace here is that this Punisher's in the bottom lane. They still have a keep and a fort for that Punisher to go through. So it's unlikely that Watch the Throne can close out with this, but it's certainly going to make it a tall order for Hodor to, like, their room for margin is now effectively zero. They've got to decisively win the next team fight or find a way to backdoor this or something, but they can't continue down this path because they're running out of buildings. Punisher goes over the wall. Hodor should be able to clean this up fairly easily. Diablo's health falling a bit low. Storm Shield is going to ensure that he is kept out of harm's way, and Hodor will clean up this Punisher. And once again, everybody's here for the fight. Apocalypse goes down. Everybody manages to get out of the way and Watch the Throne. Murloc's coming in to cut off the exit from Watch the Throne. Still no takedowns just yet. Murky's egg is discovered, so he will have to play cautiously. White Magic at such critical health, but able to escape. And so far, it looks like Watch the Throne will be able to barely get this keep. Can they escape with their lives? The answer is no for Malfurion and no for Tychus. And this may be where Hodor needs to push their chips all in. They've got about a minute of map control where they can have a 5v3 advantage, and I think they don't benefit from a long game here. I think they need to close this out as quickly and safely as possible. I'll see if they're able to pull that off. Merc camp's picked up for Hodor. Still coming in down on the bottom lane, trying to get their angle, but this is a long walk. It took a while, and now only 20 seconds left for the power play on Hodor. They will easily secure this keep, but not looking to take any other gambles. Looking to go home and be safe. But they did manage to eliminate two of their problems for the moment, able to equalize on the bottom lane, able to push out mid to about midway, and so now really top's the only problem they've got, but it is a problem as catapults are once again pointing at the core, and Murky does go back to clean that up, so it shouldn't break through the shield. Sonya, Murky taking bruiser camps for Hodor, Eidolon and White Magic taking it for Watch the Throne on their side, so these should help push the lanes right around the middle, at least buying Hodor some time to contest this objective without having to worry about babysitting that lane for a while. And so, hilariously, this objective in the middle lane might not spell the end of the game for either team if they manage to take it. Both teams do have a keep standing in this lane. And Hodor trying to find the angle for the engagement. Diablo goes directly ham on Tychus, gets the grab on Jaina. Diablo is going to fall, but Jaina is such critical health as well. Can she escape? A Murloc is going to send her to her doom. And that lone Murloc, that level 1 Murloc, able to secure the takedown. But Kael'thas falls in that as well, so a 2-for-1 in favor of Watch the Throne, but Malfurion's at critical health. Can he escape? Yes. Can Sonya escape? No. And so it's now a 3-for-1 for Watch the Throne, and it looks like they've they may be just moments away from closing this game out, as they will surely get this objective. And I don't even know if they push with it here in mid. I think they may just accompany that mercenary camp in the top lane and just go straight for the win here. It looks like that is what Watch the Throne will do. Coming down in mid lane, Murky and Brightwing, the only tools to defend. Diablo is going to be up in a couple seconds. Apocalypse is available, but this is going to be a real impressive hold from Hodor if they're able to pull it out. Brightwing falling at critical health is going to get taken down. Apocalypse managed to catch almost everybody, but that core is falling just so quickly that it is going to be the game and the round for Watch the Throne, and that was back and forth just all the way right up until the end there. I mean, even in that last team fight at the objective, you know, that could have gone either way. I mean, Malfurion, if rather than Malfurion escaping and Sonya getting taken out, if Sonya manages to get the trade, if Malfurion gets taken out and then Sonya falls, Watch the Throne probably still gets the objective. But maybe they can't win the game. Maybe that one body, maybe those that sustainability, maybe the immediate heals leave Watch the Throne in a place where they can't push for the win. They can just escort the Punisher in, and so, you know, a close match from both sides. I think it's safe to say that that new Murky is at least a force to be reckoned with. That damage over time just really starting to add up. We saw several times a lot of it just start creeping up and adding to fairly high numbers on Jaina and Malfurion. And overall, just a weird game. Murky does that, and I know I've ranted on him a lot, but big engagements from both Jaina and from both White Magic and Radeon on Jaina and Diablo. A lot of big ice rings, a lot of big apocalypses, and huge credit to both teams. I was up in the air for a long time. I mean, I've seen several matches where one team just kind of rolls the other one, but no, this was very competitive, and both teams not willing to yield an inch until the bitter end. But unfortunately, there is only one W, and today that W goes to Watch the Throne. So congratulations here in week 3. I believe we're now in Chair League. So good luck to both teams in week 4. My name's been Terrace Baz, and I'll see you in the Nexus. Take care.